Units of potential energy. So we know that unit of energy is joule. So SI unit of potential energy is also joule. 1 joule is the energy stored in moving a charge of 1 coulomb through a potential difference of 1 volt. Another convenient unit of energy is electron volt, which is the change in the kinetic energy of the electron while crossing two points maintained at potential difference of 1 volt. So 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. Other related units are nothing but million electron volt and kilo electron volt. Look at here. ME, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 23. Then kilo electron volt, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 16 joule. In this way, milli means what? Okay, million you can consider also. Okay, so if you want to see what is value of 1.6, it will be 10 raised to minus 19. If you add minus 19 minus 8 will be minus 22. And for kilo, subtract 3 from minus 19, it will be minus 16. Now concept of potential. So equation 8.9 gives the potential energy of two particle system at distance r from each other, that is U of r, that is potential energy 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r q1 q2 upon r. So q1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r into q2 or q2 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r into q1. The quantity V of r equivalent is equal to the q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r depends upon the charge q and the location at a point at a distance r. So this is the definition, okay, or shortly defined as the electrostatic potential of the charge q at distance r from it. So in terms of potential, we can write the potential energy of two charges system U of r is equal to V1 of r q2 is equal to V2 r of q1. So V1 r and V2 r are the respective potentials of charges q1 and q2 at distance r from either. So electrostatic potential energy is nothing but electric potential into Q. So electrostatic potential V is equal to the electrostatic potential energy per unit charge. So V is equal to U upon Q. Then electrostatic potential difference between any 2 points in an electric field can be written as V2 minus V1 is equal to U2 minus U1 upon Q, where is equal to dW upon Q, which is equal to the work done or change in potential energy per unit charge to move a charge from point 2 to point 1. Then relation between electric field and electric potential. So consider electric field produced by a charge plus Q kept at point O. Okay, if you want to see, okay, that also you can see in figure 8.6. okay, so here you can see this figure. Now by using figure we can say that consider the electric field produced by a charge plus Q kept at point O. Let us calculate the work done to move a unit positive charge from point M to the point N, which is at a small distance dx from capital M. So the direction of the electric field at M is along OM, that is vector OM. So thus the force acting on the unit positive charge is along the vector OM. Then work done dW is equal to minus F into dx, which is equal to E dx. Is it? Then the negative sign, okay, here also you can consider that, okay, dW is equal to minus F dx, which is equal to E dx, okay. Negative sign indicates that we are moving a charge against the force acting on it as it is. So the work done on a unit positive charge, that is dW, is equal to the dV is equal to difference in potential between M and N. So dV is equal to minus E into dx. So E is equal to minus dV upon dx. Thus, the electric field at a point in an electric field is the negative of the potential gradient at that point. So E is equal to obviously minus dV upon dx, that is volt per meter. Then zero potential. The nature of potential is such that its 0 point is arbitrary. This does not mean that the choice of 0 point is insignificant. Once the 0 point on the potential is set, then every point is measured with respect to that reference. So the zero potential is the set conveniently. In case of point charge or localized collection of charges, the 0 point is set at infinity. So for electrical circuits, the earth is usually taken to be at zero potential. So potential at point A in an electric field is the amount of work done to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to point A. That is your zero potential. Okay. Now electric potential due to a point charge, okay, or a dipole and a system of charges that we will see now. Okay. So electric potential due to a point charges. Okay. So here we have derived an expression for the electrostatic potential due to point charge. So figure 8.6 shows the point charge plus Q located at point O. We need to determine its potential at point A at distance r from it. So electric potential due to a point charge. So as seen from above, the electric potential at point A is the amount of work done per unit positive charge which is displaced from infinity to point A. As work done is independent of the path, so we choose a convenient path along the line extending from OA to infinity. So let M be an intermediate point on this path where OM is equal to X. Okay, you can consider here OM is equal to X. The electrostatic force on a unit positive charge at capital M is magnitude of F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon X square. So it is directed away from O along OM for infinitesimal displacement dx from M to N. The amount of work done is given by dW is equal to minus F into dx. Here negative sign appears as the displacement is directed opposite to that of the force. So total work done in displacing the unit positive charge from infinity to point A is given by, that is, work done is equal to the minus F dx, which is equal to minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon X square into dx. Okay, where Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 is constant term. Okay, and if you calculate its integration, okay, integration x square, which will be 1 upon x square, which will be x raised to minus 2. If you calculate its integration, it will be 1 upon x, okay, minus 1 upon x, and its limit again infinity to point r. Therefore integration will be 1 upon x. If you put that values, okay, it will be q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 1 upon r minus 1 upon infinity. Therefore 1 upon infinity is nothing but 0, so remaining term will be only r. So that is q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 upon r. So by definition, this is the electrostatic potential at A due to charge q. So V equal to W equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into r. So a positive charged particle produce a positive electric potential and negative charge particle produce a negative electric potential. So at R equal to infinity, V equal to Q upon infinity, which is equal to 0. And this shows that electrostatic potential is 0 at infinity. So that equation 8.13 shows that for any point at distance r from the point charge q, the value of v is same and is independent of the direction of r. Hence, electrostatic potential due to a single charge is spherically symmetric. So, figure 8.7 shows how electric potential V is inversely proportional to R and electric field is proportional to 1 upon R square vary with R. So, the distance from the charge. So, here graph is given. Okay, we can see this graph, electric potential, electric field versus distances. So, dotted line curve shows the potential and continuous line shows the electric field. Okay, so in this way both are decreasing, okay, with respect to distance. Then next, that is electric potential due to an electric charge, okay, electric dipole. Okay, look at here, this is little bit large derivation. We have studied electric and magnetic dipoles in 11th standard. In figure 8.8 shown an electric dipole AB consisting of two charges plus q and minus q separated by a finite distance 2l. Its dipole moment is P. Magnitude P is equal to q into 2l directed from minus q to plus q. The line joining the centers of two charges is called dipole axis. A straight line drawn perpendicular to the axis and passing through center O of electric dipole is called equator of dipole. So let C be a point near the electric dipole at distance r from center O inclined at an angle theta with the axis of dipole r1 and r2 are the distances of point C from charges plus q and minus q respectively. Now potential at C due to charge plus q at A is V1 is equal to plus q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R1. So potential at C due to charge minus q at B is, so V2 equal to minus q, okay, potential due to charge minus q. The electrostatic potential is the work done by electric field per unit charge V equal to W upon q. So the potentials at C due to dipole is Vc is equal to V1 plus V2, which is equal to q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So by geometry, okay, if you see this geometry, okay, r1 square is equal to r square plus l square minus 2rl sin theta, okay, by cosine rule also. So in this way you can calculate value of r1 square then r2 square also, okay, by taking some terms common. Okay, now for short dipole this r is very greater than 2l, so that r is very greater than l upon r is small, so l square upon r square can be neglected. Then r1 square equal to r square into 1 minus 2 l upon r into cos theta. For r2 is equal to r square 1 plus 2l upon r cos theta. So in this way r1 and r2 you can calculate it, and if you put this value is therefore 1 upon r1 is equal to 1 upon r into 1 minus 2l upon r cos theta bracket to the power minus half, and 1 upon r 1 plus 2l upon r cos theta bracket to the power minus half. So Vc is equal to V1 plus V2 into is equal to 1 q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 into bracket 1 upon r minus 1 minus 2l cos theta upon r bracket to the power half and minus 1 plus 2l cos theta upon r bracket to the power minus half. So using binomial expansions 1 plus x to the power n is equal to 1 plus nx. So x is very less than L, retaining terms up to the first order of L upon R only. So we get this equation. q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 1 upon r into both the equation 1 plus L upon r cos theta 1 minus L upon r cos theta. So q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r into 1 plus L upon r cos theta minus 1 plus L upon r cos theta. So this will cancel out, plus minus 1, so remaining will be 2L upon r cos theta, where Vc is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 p cos theta upon r square, where p equal to q into 2L, which is electric potential at C, can be expressed as Vc is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 vector p dot vector r upon r cube. So in this way, Vc is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 p dot r cap upon r square, because r cap we know that vector upon its magnitude. So r cap is a unit vector along the position vector OC is equal to r cap. So potential at an axial point theta equal to 0 degree, okay, so towards, that is plus q, okay. So if you want to see here, okay, plus q means at point A and minus q means at point B, that also you can notice here. So which will be at 180 degree, that is minus q. So V axial is equal to plus minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 p upon r square. That is, this is the maximum value of potential. Second, potential at an equatorial point theta equal to 90 degree and V equal to 0. Hence, potential at any point on the equatorial line of dipole is 0. This is the minimum value of magnitude of the potential of a dipole. So, thus, the plane perpendicular to the line between the charges at midpoint is an equipotential plane with potential 0. The work done to move a charge anywhere in this plane will be 0. Okay, fine. So again here we have to study about that electrostatic potential due to system of charges. Okay, so if you consider system of charges, we have to just add them, okay, nothing more than, okay. So just add this. We now extend the analysis of system of charges, that is, consider system of charges q1, q2, qn situated at distances r1, r2, rn respectively from point P. So potential V1 at P due to charge q1 is V1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 upon r1. Similarly, potential V2, V3 up to Vn for individual charges q2, q3 up to qn is, okay. So V2 is again 1 upon 4 pi epsilon q2 upon r2 up to n Vn 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 qn upon rn. So by the superposition principle, the potential V at P due to system of charges is the algebraic sum of potential due to individual charges. Therefore, V1 equal to V2 equal to, okay, and we can add V1 plus V2 plus up to Vn. So it will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 upon r1 q2 upon r2 plus qn upon rn. Okay, in this way you can consider, that is, electric potential due to system of charges. Okay, so V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 summation I1 to n qi upon ri. For a continuous charge distribution, summation should be replaced by integration, because it is continuous charges. Okay, so that we have to replace, okay, summation, okay, replace integration by summation. Fine. Okay, so in this way we have seen the 3 points of electric potential. Okay, first point, that is, okay, point charges. Then second, about the electric dipole, okay, electric potential due to an electric dipole. And third, that is electric potential due to a system of charges. Okay, so in this way we can see the electric potentials. Okay, then in next lecture we will see about equipotential surfaces also. Okay, fine. Thank you, students.